Okay. Hello and welcome to Extreme Gameplays, where I play games stylishly. Today is the day we tackle God of War Ascension. Now, God of War Assumption is a game that I haven't touched in a hot minute. And I decided to just do a chill stream, you know, chill with you guys, talk to you guys, talk about the game, play potentially professionally. And yeah, just showcase flaws with the game, or God of War Ascension chill stream. Why do I feel like there's something wrong in the title? CHILL. That's how chill is written, right? There's nothing wrong with it. For some reason, I forgot how things are written. I'm just setting up the stream right now. I'm gonna pull up to the. Okay, I pull up. Hop out at the after party. God of War Assumption 2013. Save. Just gonna share the thing to Twitter for all the homies on Twitter. They might want to pull up to the stream as well. We already got some people watching. Awesome. It's always awesome. Hashtag God of War Assumption chill stream. And yeah, we're set up. Welcome everybody. There's nothing wrong with the way I've written chill, right? Zesty play online. Don't say John. John! That came from the deepest, darkest part of my psyche. Hello, man. Hello, Fatah. Man, was just watching your Valhalla Part 2 stream. Awesome. Hope you were enjoying it. Let's get the mic closer. Hope you have recovered from the trauma of being exposed to John. From this file, we'll delete all data. Hold on. Where should I start, though? Just, I don't know where I should start. Yeah. Let's start here. I've forgotten. I haven't organized my profiles in a hot minute. I haven't played through my profiles to know which is which. What does what profile is for what. We're gonna play on easy. Oh, we're gonna play on Titan. Is Titan mode Titan in the chat? Question mark. Let's go. And I'm gonna pull my headphone out, my giant headphone that I used to fuck your girlfriend with. My giant headphones. You know what I mean? Just nothing special. You know. Assumption. John difficulty when? This game is made for people called John.
Kratos, the great Spartan general.
The great Spartan general is gonna get his cutscene skipped. John of War Ascension through the industrial ladder. Chill. Now let's talk about this game. This game is a great action game. Awesome enemies. The combat is a little iffy though. The combat has some flaws that I might go over as we go on in the game. Thing is, this is a pseudo kind of practice before I start some real stuff with this game, because I really ignored this one when it comes to challenge runs. I can't say ignored, you know. I have done my fair share of challenges for God of War Ascension. I've done a no upgrade run plus that I'm not so proud of. I say I'm not so proud of because I wish I could go back to do it without. I wish I could Joe back. Am I right, Bojack? I wish I could go back to do it without the shield. Look, it's a very nice mechanic. It's a very nice bug in the game, where you just do one plume and all 4 elements start raining down on the enemy, destroying the enemy in the process. It's a cool thing. It's flashy. It's powerful. It's very, very powerful.
Having trouble remembering us.
Because this game has a problem, and it's that when you get maxed out, you don't feel powerful. Now, I don't know if that goes for everyone. Like, I'm a pro player. I can manage to stay powerful. We can't skip this cutscene, which is wow.
My sister.
Zesty, I'm Dimitri. Well, hello, Amira Ayman. Welcome, Demetrius. When Valhalla Oko, my man? You're gonna have to keep on waiting, champ. Keep waiting for that Valhalla Oko. It will happen one day. So, hold on. What happens if I die here? I've never died here. Do I even die here? Kratos' whole body's getting bloody. This girl is stabbing the life out of me. Some BDSM stuff going on. The shit, I got 7 Mac 11s, about 8 38s, 9 9s, 10 Mac 10s. The shit never ends. Ah! Anyways, let's continue. I thought they might have developed a death animation for this. But nah, fam. No deaths for Zesty. We never miss, let alone miss you. So, you know how it goes, fam. You know how it goes, champ. You know how it goes, champ. Why is your stream stuck at 720? It's not stuck. I made it 720. So that you can have a smooth stream rather than a 1080p stream that buffers. Now you want absolutely anything in a stream but buffer. You do not want a stream to buffer. Like at all. A stream can have anything, but if it buffers, it sucks. Love this game. So where did I leave off? Yeah. We were talking about how you don't feel powerful when you're maxed out in this game. Look at this man. Look at this gigantic hands. Look at him. Look! As big as my head and his head. Thing with this game is, like, let's compare it to God of War 2, for example. Or any, actually even God of War 1. God of War 1, 2, 3. Yeah, these games. Let's go with these games for now. You don't feel powerful when you're maxed out in this game, for whatever reason. Like, if you know what you're doing, you can wreck things, right? But sometimes, even when you know what you're doing, you can't output something crazy insane, like let's say a basic thing from God of War 1, 2, 3. The 3 triangle attacks. You gotta have a full rage bar to truly do that. And sometimes you just get interrupted because this game's enemies are cracked. I like it this way. The game is challenging. But still, it's like my point stands. You don't feel powerful when you're maxed out in this game. Like, look at God of War... let's talk about God of War 2. Look at God of War 2's mechanics. Euryal's head. Typhon's Bane with the L2 and circle. What else? We have Atlas Quake, and then the blades, and then the Barbarian Hammer. You are powerful when you're maxed out. You feel powerful. The power fantasy is in full effect. In here, you're maxed out, and it's very tactical. It stays tactical even when you're maxed out, which is a good thing. Like, look, I compare this game and God of War 2 when it comes to tacticality. What's up, chat? Hope you're enjoying Zesty playing John's Ascension. Darwin, the big editor in the channel. The unpaid editor. Thank you, man. Welcome. Boom, boom, boom. Homie, don't play that. Boom. Boom. Come here. Go for the Q. And I compare this game and God of War 2 a lot, but at the same time I get that I'm wrong if I keep on doing that. It's wrong to compare the two like that. I don't compare them because they play on the same power or on the same level. I compare them for how tactical they are, both God of War 2 and God of War Ascension. It's like with this one, you gotta have intricate timing on your parries and all that to really have strong effects. Like, you parry enemies, and what happens is the enemy gets stunned, then you can grab him and destroy him. Boom. I love the mechanics of this game so much. Let's go for the quick kill. Like, I love the grapple of this game. Just purely this. the barehanded attacks. It's a great mechanic. Let's grab this guy to death. Oh, the chain sounds. The sound effects in this game are fucking nice. The punch feels like a punch. I said, man, this uppercut is fucking beautiful. Thing is, even when you have an item, you can still do the sprint and circle. You still get the uppercut. Beautiful, lovely. In God of War 3, they make him open chest with one arm to reflect his new strength. Yeah, look. That is, it's fine that he opens with both hands in here. This is canonically before God of War 1. It's even before God of War Chains of Olympus. I'm not talking about this. Let's talk about gameplay mechanics. Like, do you really feel that powerful in this game when you're maxed out? If you know the shield plume glitch, that's a whole other story. But then again, that still stands even for no upgrade runs. And it's a bug. Like, the thing is, with God of War 2, you have mechanics that actually are cracked. The mechanics in God of War 2 just work so well. Much better than God of War Ascension. Ascension has mechanics that are weird. Like the rage mechanic. I don't have a very, very special hatred towards the rage mode in this game. I know a lot of people hate it. And, you know, it's a special case where a lot of people from both the vet community and the... Come here to the outside. I said to the outside, mate. Or just die, whatever. I could have pressed circle. The Cyclops and Juggernaut execution in this game is just crisp and clean. Yeah. This game does a lot of God of War things right. The screen shakes, the sound effects, the creativity and beautifality of everything. It's still God of War. I love it very, very much. So, this has a odd situation where the vet community, professional players, and the casual community that might play the game once, you know, huge fans of God of War franchise, but never really those that play the game and then replay and then replay and then replay. It's a special case where both parties kind of despise the combat system. No Johns. Yeah, no fake Johns, no real Johns, please. That's the first rule to this chill stream. We do not accept Johns. If your name is John, I'm gonna be real with you. Okay, let's not be an asshole. If your name is John, you fucking... you suck at this game. Yeah, how about that? So you can farm right over with this thing. You keep on hitting the enemy like this. No, sir. Oh, I died! This game is challenging. I actually for gore. Beaurality? No, I said beautifality. Hello, people. My name is John. Your name is absolutely not John. So let's dodge this time properly. Like, this is a very nice first boss. Mechanically amazing first boss. Really like it. Boom, boom, boom. Like, right now my rage is filled up. When you're maxed out, you still output some damage, but there's a problem with the damage balancing of this game. Like, the damage you deal is just not that great. It's as simple as that. Ouch. Poor timing on the dodge there. The damage you deal when maxed out is just not that crazy because there's a mistake in the balancing. So when you upgrade the elements, you do not really boost up your damage. They don't really boost in damage. They just get new moves. Which is kind of horse shit when you think about it. Like, why am I not getting more damage with elements? Now, this game does play off on the element game. Oh, I love this. This game does have its benefits with the elements. It's just not official. Like, for example, you have the Talos enemies. The best way to fight these guys is with the Lightning of Zeus. Okay, so I'm gonna bait these attacks. Stay here when it goes for that attack. Actually, when it... whatever. I'll try to demonstrate it in a second. So you stay here. It goes for that attack. You come out, you attack. then go again. And then it does this attack again, and that's basically the boss. I love it when a boss has things like that going for it. Where you can just have this amazing gimmick against them. Be careful with your jump though, make sure to get it. Come on. Sun's getting real low, I know. So yeah, that's a huge Jason, casual, you know, common Jason L, Jason McDonald, who I think led the combat team for this game. So a very, very, very huge Jason L was to not give scaling to the elements when you upgrade. So like you upgrade the Lightning of Zeus, for example, and it doesn't change how much damage it does. It might add new moves and all that, but it doesn't change, for example, the plume effect. It doesn't change much. Now that's a flaw. Another flaw with the elements is that, other than the Fire of Ares, the other magic attacks you have to unlock by maxing out the element, which is very, very weird of a choice. Because like, you have to at least have some sort of magic attack when you first get an element, right? That's how it is with every God of War game. You get a new weapon, for example, the Nemesis Whip. Imagine getting the Nemesis Whip in God of War 3 without the Nemesis Rage. Nemesis Rage is a very nice magic attack, and you see it in the magic trial that you go through, right? And then you see it, you like it. Okay, this is like Chronos Rage, except it's kind of insane. It has nice range. You can, it's good. It's very, very good. It combines very well with the moveset of the Nemesis Whip. It's a very baller magic attack. They really put a hole in an arena and said fight them. Yeah, a hole in an arena, Dante, I'm sure. Is the Ice of Poseidon complete garbage? It is complete garbage. See, here's the thing. You upgrade the Ice of Poseidon. The element, the ice element. Just to unlock the magic attack, and then you realize, huh, I really fucking hate this magic attack. It's fucking useless. Because things don't work together in this game's combat. I just realized I'm shredding through this game's combat, but trust me, we'll get to the good parts when we get to the good parts. There's just a lot that I can critique about this game's combat, or critique in general. I might even make a legitimate God of War Ascension critique. Like, from a perspective of a vet in the community, and not just, you know, little mistakes like the rage mode, which I don't find it as a mistake. They needed to switch things up, I guess. They just didn't do the best job with it. We'll get to that in a second. They had one fucking name, not a full name with two names. He's Kratos. You forgot the second, you know, another O at the very end. K is for Kratos, destroyer of Olympus. Anyways, that is a flaw in and of itself, where you have to upgrade an element besides the Fire of Ares, which is the only viable, really great magic attack, if I'm being truly, truly, and utterly honest. Nice try, idiots. Throw his ass out. Throw his ass out. Throw her ass out. Throw his ass out. And throw his ass out. I love the mechanics in this game, see? It's just that some of them are kinda dead as fuck. It's like, you gotta show the player the magic attack that they're getting with an element. It's like, you know, you might not notice it on the first walkthrough, but when you look at it in hindsight right now, you're like, man, we're getting the Lightning of Zeus, and we don't have an actual demonstration of what the magic attack would be. Like, that's kind of disappointing. It does build up some nice hype for you to upgrade the weapon. You're like, oh, I really want to upgrade the you know, the bolt of Zeus or whatever it's called, the electricity of Zeus. But then, like, when you upgrade it, you might look at it and it's cool. Kratos does this, channels, you know, both energies from both blades, and just fucking, he goes, I'm about to come on all the enemies. It is something, but it's not as viable as the Fire of Ares, which is a whole other discussion, where we have only one magic attack that is truly a thing to be used. Look at you, this to make them all jump around. And again. Ouch, I tried to grab, but God, the plume is very weak in this game. Shield plumes are more powerful than normal plumes. But it's a general fact that plumes are just weak in this game. Which I get it. See, it's just the process of them trying to nerf the plumes. Just them trying to nerf things that used to work in the other games. Boom. 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 Shaboom. Shalom. Shabam. Shaboom. Crunchy kill. Or forgot pain and did a chill stream. Yeah, for now we're doing whoa. Okay, we'll kill him this way. It's fine. I don't know how he clipped there. Oh, here you are, Johnny. Get out. So yeah. That's the flaw with magic attacks, is that why do you have to upgrade all the other elements when you unlock the Fire of Zeus, Fire of Ares from the very beginning? And it just works. It's very good. It's the best magic attack in the game. And it's the first magic attack that you have without any upgrades. Like, why even bother? To the camera, pussy. Ascension really benefited from God of War 3 improvements, you can't deny that. It benefited, but it also didn't try anything else from what God of War 3 gained. Like, it didn't change a lot of what God of War 3 did. God of War 3 experimented with all the weapons that it had. A lot of awesome and diverse weapons, right? This game didn't. This game just went with, okay, here's your blades, and that's it. This game absolutely did not benefit from God of War 3's changes or improvements. This game went a whole other direction, which I like. It's a different God of War. Like, when you play God of War Ascension, you are really playing God of War Ascension. Like, it's obviously glaringly different than other God of Wars. You're not pluming as much. You're not attacking with square and then ending things with triangle as much. You're not doing your usual chipping as much, which is I like. It's something I like. Like, the grab game changed. The weapon variety. You have the world weapons, which we'll get to them when we get the club. And, you know, just lay out my sadness over not going with the club in my no upgrade 1+. Oh, I thought he would get stunned. Oh man, my timing. Like, yeah, this is obviously a God of War 3 mechanic, riding a Cyclops to destroy enemies. But did they really go the extra mile to make this as insane as possible with different types of things? Like, God of War 3 even had challenges where you control a Cyclops, kill all the enemies you can. It's a nice switch up. It's a challenge that you can try. Oh, for the kill. Ooh, for the beautiful kill. Look at this. Hell yeah, dude. Dudes would look at this and go, hell yeah. So I like Ascension for how different it is. It's just that it didn't execute the best way it could. Thanks to the multiplayer. Man, I'm just going from one subject to another in rapid fire. Never compare a terrible, shitty video game with a playable movie. DMC5 over Raggy any day. Wow, we got there so fucking fast. Anyways, the thing is, a lot of the balancing issues that you see here are basically connected to the multiplayer kind of... I'm sure it was forced on Sony Santa Monica. Like, higher-ups were looking to do that. Like, what game came out in 2013 and didn't have an online multiplayer mode, right? Like it just every game had it. It was that era to try out online multiplayer on everything. And this was just God of War's turn, I guess. Like God of War 3 started the milking thing. This on a PS3, yes. Smash or pass John Kratos? No, I would definitely pass John Kratos. Shoot your shot for Kratos, though. Just stop when it's John Kratos. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your hand off me. They should have scrapped the element system and given you another weapon with deep mechanics. That would have been awesome. But this is what we got now, right? Was that blockable? I can't really tell if this was blockable. By the way, in this game, please experiment with what is and what isn't blockable. You might never know what is blockable, what is not. There's a lot of things that you might think are unblockable, which are blockable. You never know. Okay, get that dick off of me, son. Last second attack, beautiful. And no, sir. Thank you. It's also another nice boss. The start of this game is very nice mechanically. It just botches it with the last boss's camera angles on some occasions, not every occasion. But this game has a baller beginning, mechanically speaking. How do you play this game? I'm playing it on PS3. Okay, no hit counter, no damage. I think we run this way, I forgot. We run this way and the things fall on their own. Yeah, see? All the bugs fell. Godric the Fallen. Is this blockable? Chad, is this real? It is blockable. Surprisingly enough. Boom, 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 bam. So yeah, this game has flaws. It has changed the formula. It has done a lot of things. But it's not the end of the world for me for the change that it did. It's like, as I said, like, a lot of my friends that play God of War, or a lot of people that I don't even know that play God of War, kind of don't really like the idea of the rage mode doing what it does. I, on the other hand, I look a different way when it comes to the rage mode of this game. Like, there's something I like about it. Like, it's a good incentive for the player to not get hit. You know, just a rage mode. Oh, I was on the wrong side of history. Fuck. Like, I can't get mad at this game for its rage mode. It might have its flaws. It might kind of hurt some challenge runs. It might kind of hurt with the consistency of what you can and can't do. But at the end of the day, it's a unique system in a unique God of War game. And I'm mashing R1. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing. They call me a madman. I use the bugs to iframe through some attacks. Hella strat. See? Why block when you can iframe trick through that shit? Okay, don't die now, Zesty, please. Thank you very much, sir. There you go. What is Collision's second? What is Kratos' full name? Why would you ask questions this hard? These are answerless questions. Don't expect no answers from me, though. Crunchy QTE right here. Alright, at least the crunchy part isn't coming, which is here. And beep. That's it. Kratos is apparently heavy enough to do this. Imagine how heavy this motherfucker is. John, I'm sorry. The game was so surprising to me when I first saw it. It was almost as massive as God of War PS4. Did you play this before or after God of War PS4? All my homies hate Ascension. I don't know. It's like, I like the changes that this game did because it's It's changed, and I've kind of changed, pun absolutely intended, when it comes to things changing. I'm just accepting of God of War 4 and Ragnarok's change now. I'm accepting that this game just swayed so much from the original formula. Not as much as God of War 4, not as much as God of War Betrayal, but still, this thing is a huge change than what you're used to in a God of War game. Like, you're not doing magic attacks as much as you used to in other games. You're not pluming as much as you used to. Your attacks are obviously not unlocked, which, you know, owing to the new rage mode. Just the flow of a lot of things are just different in this game. Game with flaws. Like, let's absolutely not deny that. Game has flaws, but like, have you seen the grab system in this game? But like, have you seen the world weapons in this game? The barehanded moveset in this game? I just can't. I don't know. I appreciate the changes. I do have a lot of my critiques for things that are just dumb. Like, the thing is, let's talk about it right now. Enemies in this game. You might think I hate the electrical siren in this game. The cracked siren, basically. But the thing doesn't just stem from me hating the enemy. It's how it's used that irritates me. Like, having two of those in one room is just a flawed design. Let alone having two and a Gorgon, if managed well. If managed well, you get that in the Trials of Archimedes. If managed not so well, you're getting two sirens, electrical sirens, and two Gorgons. It's just cracked. So the problem for me is never really the electrical siren herself. It's more so how it's used in the encounters. It's just used in the wrong time and the wrong place. Like, there are a lot of encounters in this game where you just get two sirens in one encounter. Like, the siren just basically acts like a stage hazard in the arena with you. A literal enemy that is a tank enemy. But it more so acts like a hazard if you fight from afar. She just keeps on spamming the 3 lightning attacks. Now, when you have two of those and a Gorgon to manage, like, that's when things get kind of unfair, don't you think? That's the thing with enemies being misused in this game, in that type of wrong way. Otherwise, like, the enemies in here, most of them are God of War 3 enemies, yet they're just upgraded. Like the Centaur General in here, a chill stream with John Kratos. Look, man, you didn't have to have that entrance, okay? So yeah, let's talk about this now. This game has a lot of God of War 3 enemies, like the Chimera, the Centaur General, the Harpy Queens. Slay, Queen. Actually, don't slay, Queen. You can start dying, Queen. Don't slay, please. A lot of God of War 3 enemies made it to this game, and they're just an upgrade from God of War 3. Some of them have some annoying things going on for them, but can you deny that they're an upgrade? Like, have you seen the Gorgon in here? She basically has the same moveset as the Gorgon Serpent from God of War 3, the Urieli wannabe, except cracked. You can't launch her, you can't stagger her as easily, you can't, and she has the beam rather than the flash. Same thing with the sex minigames. Have you seen this? Have you seen the boobs in this cutscene, yo? Open the door! It is urgent! 5 of them run towards him. It is urgent! No one knows what's up. The boy is fallen ill! Has sex with everyone. Freya! So, now to get back to my point, the Chimera from God of War 3 is a very nice enemy. It's always a blast to fight these enemies. The gimmick of them is fun. Fighting them, finding patterns against them, and then for the game to give you 2 chimeras at once. Beautiful. Like, hey, you fought this chimera once before. Now fight 2 of them together. How awesome is that? This game right here, it takes the chimera, and let me tell you what it does with the chimera. Oh, it took the chimera, and this game took the chimera somewhere else. The Chimera from God of War 3 was a good enemy. This game took the Chimera, put it in a bottle, and then it took the Chimera again, put it in another bottle, and then... Okay. Okay, I'm not losing focus for this. I'm just kidding. But, yeah, anime. Anyways. The Chimera in here is more cracked. It has more unblockables. It is, I don't know how to describe it. It's not so predictable, I guess, like God of War 3. I guess I can just call the unblockables a pro, right? When compared to the Chimera from God of War 3. And then we have the Centaur General, and it's the same situation. Just more unblockables. And then we have the Cerberus, which is somewhat the same situation again. Son of a whore. Imagine a no grab plus in this game. Why is every challenge run intimidating in this game? Like, what would I do without this? Huh? Can I skip this? Chat, is this real? Oh, you're wearing a hoodie. Isn't it hot as hell there? No, it's cold actually. It's... Dude, what are you talking about, dude? Dude, what are you talking about, dude? Oh, we can skip this cinematic. This cinematic. Beautiful. Man, this boss is beautiful to fight. Except the camera zooms out and you can't see anything sometimes. But I have my waist around it. Basically get in the face of the TV and just stare like this. Just like that cutscene before this fight. That's why God of War 3 was so easy. You see, God of War 3 gets some flack for being easier than God of War 1 and 2. But that goes back to a lot more thing than just, you know, God of War 3 easy teehee. Like, God of War 1 and 2 came out in a time where it's a PS2 era and everything. Why did I move so much to the right back there? I think I'm gonna die. Whoa! Why did he eat himself so much again? Okay, let's fight it again. I don't know why I took this fight so lightly like that. I frank through that using the grab. I actually still took damage, I think. Yeah, I failed. I'm gonna do this again, and a lot better than what I did right now. See, man, Kratos just flew to the left side of the screen again for whatever reason. There we go, we failed the fight. Shoot. The thing ate us, believe it or not, which is quite insane. I wish this one was just like Kronos, but no, it was more like Poseidon, and I hate that. Just like Kronos. Kronos is different. Kronos is just built different. It's a gauntlet moving from one combat type to another combat type to another combat type. It's a nice fight. The whole Kronos section is so nice. It's so nice. So yeah, grab and circle is what you should go with, honestly. It just spreads these cheeks way better than any other grab. What is happening? See, like, the thing with this boss is you're fighting the camera, which is insane in a game that came out after God of War 3. Like, you would think these problems would be gone by now, but no. Get out. See, like, what killed me there? I swear to God, I couldn't see exactly when I got hit, when I took a hit, what happened. What even changed back there? bro think he's being chilling? I am being chilling. How much do we need to upgrade? 3,000 orbs. Okay. I'm kind of losing focus on critiquing the game because of this boss right now. But we'll do better. Do you even lift, bro? There, I framed through that at least. Imagine this on no grab run plus. Couldn't be me. Okay, I attacked this guy with rage, expecting him to get interrupted, but he didn't. Okay, penis fist, I see that. Where am I? I framed through it, which is lovely on my right. Am I right or what? Man, I didn't need to grab this guy. Kratos seems to auto-lock the enemies that have this thing active. It's like I can't see what's going on, I swear to God. I forgot how shitty this is. So yeah, we were talking about God of War 3. And it's that you need to kind of see the situation of God of War 3 on when it got released and what happened with that game. It was the first God of War game and it needed to bring more people into the whole scene, right? So, building a game for PS3 that brings potential new fans to the series and all that good jazz. They didn't go easy mode though. I wouldn't say God of War 3 is easy. It is definitely on the easier side because it's so powerful of a game. Like, you just have a lot of things in that game. Like, look at the tools that you have in God of War 3. Compare them to the tools that you have in God of War 1. Or any other God of War. God of War 3 is like a game with every kind of mechanic that you'll ever need. Both the professional player will benefit and the kind of casual player will benefit. God of War 3's mechanics are just so big. It just has a solution for everything. 16 different solutions for everything. Okay, how did everyone get ringed out? That's beautiful. This is easy now, right? Set Zesty. Hello, I spirited all over this arm. There you go. It was bound to happen one day. God of War enemies are also easier to fight. Now, I don't know how to respond to this. The thing is, you're talking about God of War 3 after playing God of War 2, which is like the hardest God of War game. Maybe after God of War Ascension. Maybe Ascension is the hardest game. Which Ascension is just them taking notes for what they did in God of War 3 and making the game not so soul-crushingly difficult. Which is, this game is what that is. This game is basically a PS2 era game on PS3. That's what I like so much about it. It's just, I love how it doesn't give a fuck about your feelings, unlike God of War 3 that actually gave a fuck about your feelings. So, like, God of War 2 has cracked enemies with armors and basically lessons learned from God of War 1. God of War 1 enemies are also difficult, but once you know the solution, if you're a good enough player, you know what to do. Like 3 air grab a Minotaur. It's still not easy to do so. Like, try that against some Tormentors coupled up with some other enemies. It's not so easy like, oh, Minotaurs, launch them 3 air grabs. But it's just the same thing. Like, God of War 1's mechanics are so powerful when you just know about the game. And it's the same thing with God of War 3. But with God of War 2, even when you're good enough with all the mechanics, you might still kind of slip away more than what you would in God of War 3. Redirecting which is too good in my opinion. See, like, it is not, is it OP? Like, you don't have iframes. I love the fact that everything here is blockable. Yeah, and that fight where you're sandwiched between the two. One has redirecting urge, which is sex. Ragnarok has Sid, which is actual sex. And Ascension has skip cutscene. I don't know what's the best one. Ascension's cutscene skipping button is the shittiest cutscene skipping button that humanity has ever laid eyes on. Like, there are so many cutscenes in this game. Multi-minute cutscenes. Multi-millionaire cutscenes that you just can't skip. Why? Because they're in-game. When they made a cutscene skipping option, they never considered it to be skippable. I don't know what I said. They never considered that you would need to skip in-game cutscenes. They only considered the in-engine cutscenes, or maybe some cutscenes that are just, you know, the whole vision thing in Kratos' mind. Those you can skip in-engine, but not in-game cutscenes you can't skip. But this, for example, this is still in-game. You can't skip this. What is this? It's obviously cutscene. You killed her.
Prior to his imprisonment.
I take shitty over nothing.
Yeah,
but when you can only skip 5 cutscenes, like, what is this? This is a cutscene right now. The cutscene, the screen literally went to black and then came back and look, like, this is a cutscene. Look at this big ass hand. Look. Man touches his face and it just, he covers this much of his face with one hand. Big ass hand. That's how I'm gonna roast you now. Like, this is a cutscene. And this is all in game. You can't skip it.
Do you have
What?
business with me?
Why even implement a cutscene skipping option?
This is not the manner to discuss
What's
it.
the worst God of War in your
I see
opinion?
no
I say Ragnarok.
You have
For me,
no
the worst
reason
God
to
of
trust
War
me,
is
Spartan.
Chains
I
of
only
Olympus.
ask that you try.
Whew. We don't need remasters or remakes, just port the games to PS5. So what you mean is remasters. You can't
Your
really
thoughts
say
are
just
not
port.
your own, but I can help you.
When yo ass says port the games,
I believe
that means
these
remastered.
belong
They
to
can't
you.
just port it. And people are gonna call it lazy. There's chapter select too.
Use
Yeah,
these
chapter select is a
items to
beautiful
steal
thing.
your mind,
Honestly,
Kratos.
yes.
Do
The
not let
chapter select is
illusion
awesome.
deceive you.
It's great for no upgrade run, for New Game Plus. When you do vanilla runs from time to time, you can't use it though. God of War 3 said, screw it, I'm gonna end it on a high note. Kratos is betrayed by Gaia and snapped.
I see
He's on a
only
rampage
you.
now. That was the theme of it.
Good.
Set pieces, action,
You will
and gore.
need
The
this
result
skill
was
for the
fun.
path
Was
ahead.
fun. God of War
What
3 is my
path is
favorite God
that?
of War game. I just don't know about the whole
Freedom,
lol,
Kratos.
it's easy.
Freedom.
Because like,
Yes.
if you're still going around guns
Freedom
blazing
from
in
the
that game,
furies who
you're still
relentlessly
gonna
hunt
get
you in
hit.
the name of Ares.
You're still gonna come out of encounters bruised up in a very disgusting way. It's like,
Breaking
I'm not
up
even
with
talking
God.
Oko stuff where one thing taps you or
Of all
whatever.
the minds in question,
I'm saying
mine
don't compare
is
it to what it's not. Like God of War 1 came out on PS2. It was a hard game, right? Now look at it for me and for anyone who like the IJP Mexican. He obviously haven't played the game as much as I.
Waver from sound.
Yet even he
Mind to
thinks it's
illusion
easy
in the
right
beat
now,
of a
since he's
heart.
like,
Is
since
there
the
any
enemies
life
are
to
designed
a
to be
great
like a
warrior?
puzzle, where you solve the puzzle. You know,
Furies are near.
there's a lot
I
of
cannot
enemies
know I
that you can
speak with you.
infinite air grab in that
I
game,
will draw them
making
away.
some enemies easy to deal with.
Truth
It's not an
waits for
easy
you in
thing.
Delphi,
Sometimes you
Kratos.
get in situations that things are still
Seek
hard,
The Oracle.
but it's still a solution to an enemy that works consistently if you know how to, you know, get it down. Isolate the enemy, try it, yada yada yada. Then God of War 2 came around and said, you can't use what you use in God of War 1 and expect victory. You're air grabbing a Minotaur, the Minotaur gets stuck to the ground. You are redirecting Orion's harpoon, no more. Not even for slam type enemies, which is kind of dumb. Since these guys don't give you iframes, why can't I redirect it when I don't have iframes? I feel like that's a nice risk reward system. Where you don't have iframes for the enemies that you just slam down, we should be able to redirect them. Like, Orion's harpoon redirection is a very, 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 very nice thing in God of War 1. Perhaps even the best thing about God of War 1. Some stuff you just can't make. God of War 2 came in and learned from God of War 1's lesson. And is that don't make everything so formulaic. Don't make... It does have its fair share of consistent strats against a certain enemy type. I'm not saying it doesn't. You can still trap a Gorgon near a wall, launch her, do Orion's Harpoon, launch her again, do Orion's Harpoon. It's just harder than what you're used to in God of War 1. Launch a Gorgon, infinite air grab, the Gorgon is dead. God of War 3 had the same situation as God of War 1. They were like, let's make a game like God of War 1. Enemies can be formulaic, you can study them, and they're gonna be like a puzzle as much as God of War 1's enemies were a puzzle. So now people know the patterns for fighting the Chimera, and they're saying the Chimera is easy. But ask yourself truly, is the Chimera really that easy? Ow, cheat, bow cheat. This is what I never got to demonstrate on that no upgrade one. Just using the club and how fun this is. Boom. Boom. And you can learn the patterns against every enemy and try this on every enemy. It's beautiful. You are so beautiful to me. Boom. I'm breaking everything around me so that when I go for R1, Kratos doesn't grab something by accident instead of the dogs. So God of War 3 came out with enemies that have consistent strategies against. Like you can stun lock the Cyclops with plumes again, just like God of War 1. I mean, not just like God of War 1, sorry, but like... I guess God of War 3 is the only game that allows you to stun lock an enforcer, a Cyclops enforcer with just plumes, right? So I'm trying to think. It is like empowerment for the plume in God of War 3. Okay, this thing is dominant against these guys, so you can loot them. But you can try this other thing. Hold on, let's upgrade this. Unlock parry. When I said I like it rough, I didn't mean my entire life, man. You like it rough, man. We're here for you. What did I unlock? I forgot. Oh, I forgot. I thought I could parry that. So yeah, God of War 3 came out with enemy puzzles. Basically like God of War 1. Very consistent strats on enemies. And now you're calling it easy. I don't call that fair. Man, that kick reached from behind this guy. Didn't even see it. Boom. Come here. So, again, history repeated itself with Sony Santa Monica. Like, they saw God of War 3. Okay, this is the game that brought in new people. You know, this game kind of got people used to the whole God of War franchise and all that. Boom. God of War Ascension. A game this difficult that you can't... It is more difficult than God of War 3. Even more difficult than God of War 2 in my opinion. I blocked, but fine game. Block this stomp. Please don't try to dodge it. Boom. I like him dead. Oh, Elephantors? I like him dead. Pretty much any action game is easy once you know the optimal strat. Unless it's Ninja Gaiden 2 or something. Like, I don't really know where I stand with this statement of yours, Fatah. It's like, look, God of War 2 is easy for me now. But does that mean the game is easy? It's like, you're right. When you're good enough in a game, it is an easy game for you. But is it truly an easy game? Like, we're so good in God of War 3 right now. All the strats that got developed throughout the years. We're so good at God of War 1 now. All the strats with Medusa's gaze, all the strats with the grabs, all strats, all setups, all that. Is the game truly that, you know, like, is the game itself truly easy? It's like, this is a thing that I didn't agree with on the IJP Mexicans video as well. It's like, yes, 3 grabs on a Minotaur kills a Minotaur. Doesn't matter which Minotaur though. But does that mean the game is easy with all the enemies around you? With players approaching the game not knowing how to isolate any kind of enemy. Is the game truly easy now? Or is it just us being too good, knowing every single strat against every single enemy? When you're good enough, you shouldn't talk about its difficulty. Only a casual should talk about that. No, but we should discuss it. It's like, isn't it a thing for conversation? So why is Kratos attacking up? Hold on, what? See? What's in here? Can I break something here? Zesty's tripping. Let's just go. It's like God of War 3 has the Chronos section that can kick your ass in some beautiful ways. Or the Labyrinth. Like fucking Scorpius on very hard. Like, if you say Scorpius is easy, I'm just not gonna agree with you. If you say Hades is easy, I'm not gonna agree with you. I'm just not. Like, there are some bosses like Zeus. We can absolutely fucking wreck Zeus 1 with air grabs. Same fight with the third Zeus fight. But who can do this? Us, who know about the weird stuff. Me, back in the day, for like a straight 5 years, I believe, that wasn't the case. I wouldn't air grab Zeus constantly, right? Does that make God of War 3 easy just because us vets know how to destroy Zeus? Does that truly make the whole game easy? For us, perhaps, but is it truly an easy game overall for everyone? Come here, bomb. These guys have a lot of health, so best to grab them. Some games are still difficult even when you learn them. Like, learn Ninja Gaiden 2, it's still hard. Learn God of War Ascension, it still kicks your ass sometimes. Learn Souls games, you might mess up every now and then and still get fucked in the ass. Ascension for me is just harder than God of War 3. Like, it just has harder enemies to deal with. But there's also the thing with Ascension, and is that Kratos is just not as powerful as God of War 3 Kratos. I'm talking mechanically, like, I don't care about canon or which John is stronger than other John.
The heat of Ares' fire.
God of War 3, what makes Ascension actually harder than God of War 2 is the mechanics not working as insanely good as God of War 2's mechanics. Like with God of War 2, you have Barbarian Hammer, you have Euryal's head, which is cracked, even for the price that you can upgrade it with. You can max that thing out way too early in the game, and you're just destroying everything if you know how to use it. Every magic attack from God of War 2 is cracked. The rage mode in God of War 2, best rage mode. The fucking, what? The Blaze moveset itself, with the deep hits and all that. Okay, have you ever thought about that? Like, the mechanics in God of War 2 are just so good. Ascension doesn't even come close. And it's just a thing, like God of War 3. Yo, God of War 3 is easy? Of course it is. With a Nemean Cestus as powerful as Nemean Cestus? Of course it is. With a weapon so good for control and for trapping enemies in a loop as the Claws of Hades? Of course it is. Like, what did you expect? Like, you think if God of War Ascension had Claws of Hades, the game would be as hard as it is right now? Or not Claws of Hades. If it had Nemean Cestus, it would be as hard as it is, harder than God of War 2. Like some games difficulties comes down to like the tools that you have. Yet still some games have crazy tools but are still hard. On some occasions, not every occasion. Like God of War 2 with its awesome rage mode, awesome magic attacks, awesome weaponry, awesome moveset, awesome systems itself, you know, the collision system and all that in God of War 2. It is still difficult on some parts. For me, on some parts. I'm very light when I say difficult. I'm not saying crazy, insane difficult. Hold up a second. Boom. This is the only useful magic attack in this game. It causes knockback, it doesn't need damage, and you have it the moment you get the blades of Ares. Boom, beautiful. This will come in handy in the Trial of Archimedes as well. Like God of War 3's easiness comes from a place of it having insane mechanics, really. Insane mechanics, insane, not insane, but I guess fair encounters. The enemy combination is fair, lovely. The game is fair. This game throws at you the electricity sirens, and like, what do you even do? 2 electricity sirens and 2 Gorgons in Trial of Archimedes. If managed well, then I guess 1 Gorgon and 2 electricity sirens. Still cracked though. Boom. God of War 3 has fair rooms with fair ring outs and fair enemy combinations. It's a fair game. A fair game is not an easy game. By that logic, you know, consistency in games is just easiness right now all of a sudden. A lot of people say, hold on. Is there a way I can get a moonshot in here? Come on, man. This is beautiful. The dead goat. Just a fucking dead moose. I love it. Let's hurry up. So God of War 3 has insane weaponry. You have the Bow of Apollo, cracked Blades of Exile. Mind you, I forgot to say that. What else does it have? It has Nemean Cestus, Nemesis Whip, Claws of Hades. So of course, yeah, dude, of course. Of course it's gonna be easier than God of War fucking Ascension. Couple that with the fact that God of War 3 came out for PS3, PS3 just came out, they had to bring new people to the new generation of God of War and consoles in general. Like, keep that in mind. God of War 3 was the last thing revealed in IGN of 2000. Was it 9 or I forgot. I think it was 2009. It was just there to showcase let me just deal with this guy. Boom. Get out of here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Hold on, is my chat frozen again? I don't know what is up with my chat. It just sometimes freezes and I can't read in time. Let me turn it to 144 pixels in the hopes of the chat just catching up with what I'm saying. Your skill, and I didn't call you names, so let's keep it that way. What happened? What do you think about the God of War remake rumors? Is it remake rumors or remaster rumors? I heard port rumors. And to that I say I'm hyped. I would, if you ask me what I would rather have, a remake or remaster, I would definitely go with a remaster. But if it's a remake, I don't know. The idea of remakes is always interesting to me, but I just prefer remasters. Keep originality, just make new things, which that's what they're going with. It's beautiful what they're going with. Ragnarok Valhalla, a new thing. Ragnarok, a new thing. God of War 4 is a new thing. You know, what you crafted once upon a time, keep it original. Don't make a remake and then just what a death. Don't make a remake and just have a formula to follow. Like, yo, we're gonna go here, we're gonna do this again, we're gonna build this again, we're gonna build up the barbarian hammer in a different way. So you already have something to go after, right? Like, you already have a formula, you just need to improve or remove some aspects. Why do all that? Just keep the originality. That way we get more new games and you don't have to spend so much time on a remake. I just prefer remasters. They won't keep it original. If it's a remaster, you bet your ass it will stay original. If it's a remake, Don't use this world weapon. It's the worst thing in the world. Whoa, whoa! I did not mean to fucking... What happened? I'd love to get God of War 5 remake, 2005 remake, because this game sucks in terms of controls and other things. How about you adapt to the controls, man? The controls absolutely do not suck. You like, even in nowadays, you will not find a game with so smooth controls as God of War 1. It is very, very smooth. That's just how it is with God of War 1. The game has smoothness that so little games have. For the year it came out, for the genre it's in, and even to this day, God of War 1 is very smooth. The jumping mechanics, the movements, the speed of Kratos moving. There's like 15 different speeds you can run in. It's way better than anyone would have you know. Look at this fucking thing. How beautiful are moonshots, man? How much more beautiful can they get? Ascension is just beautiful. The controls are so smooth in the OG 2005 God of War game. Like, to say they're smooth is an understatement. What game in 2005 plays that smoothly? I don't know where that even came from. Controls suck? What sucks about the controls? If you mean the camera and the whole game design, then just no. I don't know. Hammer of Thor, bitch. If you had to choose between God of War 2 Remaster or DMC 3 Remaster, which one would you choose? Obviously God of War 2 Remaster. That's like my second favorite game of all time. No chance. And besides, the Devil May Cry 3 I can play it on. I can play it on a PS5. I can't play God of War 2. I cannot play God of War 2 on a PS5. So, of course God of War 2. And besides, I love God of War 2 more than DMC 3. That's just how things are. Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones 2005 masterpiece. Yes, it is. The music, the jokes, like the Two Thrones. If you mean the one with the Dark Prince, that is my favorite Prince of Persia. I've never laughed playing a game so much. Like, it's just the humor in that game where Prince tries to say something, and then the Dark Prince interrupts him and kind of talks in his head, kind of like the Piccolo, Kami, and Nail situation in Team 4 Star, where he wants to say something. The Dark Prince finishes the sentence for him in a funny way, and it's like, at the time when I would play that on my PSP and even on my PS2, that was the first time ever seeing that. That wasn't so prevalent in any other game or media at the time for me. So it has a very special place in my heart. Then comes the combat that I really, really adored. Just to grow up to learn that a lot of people didn't like it, which is the thing that happened to me with like nearly every game. Like, I grew up to find out that people hate QTEs. And it's like it's a thing that I never even thought about at first. Like, straight hating. The hating was real. People hating QTEs in games. As in them being a very irritating thing. And I never saw them like this. I acknowledge that they're not the usual gameplay you have in a game. But to actually just dislike them, to make them a point, I couldn't see it. I didn't know how. Like, why would people dislike something so little as a QTE? Was it the analog QTEs? Never knew what was it. Like, you're still in the game. Matter of fact, I wish they pushed it even more with God of War 3. And God of War 2, even God of War 2, yeah. Like, just some segments where it's constant QTEs. I love how God of War 3 continued the QTE game. Even God of War 2. You know, getting grabbed out of nowhere by Theseus, then you have to reverse the grab. That's lovely. That's how you fool a heartbeat. Dead. Like in God of War 3, you're fighting, and in the middle of the encounter, a Centaur General rushes towards you, and you have to reverse the grab. I love that they kept that, but something they removed from God of War 1, and it's... They removed the constant QTE thing that we saw with the Minotaur boss fight. Like, just a whole string of QTEs that you have to follow and not fail. Analog QTEs. Aphrodite is a nice challenge for that, but the thing with Aphrodite is that she has consistent things going for her. I don't have it memorized. Please don't be a degenerate all of a sudden. But yeah, Aphrodite does test your QTEs. Same with the other sex mini games in the games. But I wish it was like a boss thing. You finally get against a boss, you do a whole bunch of like 10 QTEs one after another. Just to grow up to find out that people actually hated those. And I was like, whoa, we're not on the same boat here? People don't think this is unique? And I was like, I dug even deeper into that as I got more into the internet and all that. To find out that people's main problem with QTEs was that how they were used in Resident Evil 4 and not particularly God of War 1, God of War 2, God of War 3. Then I was like, that makes sense. Wait, can I make it? I can't make it like this. And I can't watch this anymore. I probably could have made it back there, but it is what it is. There are a lot of things that I grew up to find out that I was the only one liking. Like, it's the same thing with Prince of Persia. I grew up to find out that not everyone enjoyed the puzzles that I enjoyed. It took me a hell of a long time to solve the puzzles back then. Not everyone enjoyed the combat like I did. You know, picking up weapons, doing the cute little jump over an enemy, then doing the slice, and then boom, a helm breaker. I just found out that not a lot of people like this. Resident Evil 4 QTEs even. Like, those are things that I liked. I grew up to find out people despise the things in these games. Just odd. Or like Resident Evil 4 controls. The whole conversation around controls, really, if I'm being honest. I grew up to find out that people have problems with God of War's camera and controls. It was very weird to me. I grew up to find out that a lot of people had problems with Resident Evil 4's controls. I was like, even as a kid back then, I of course still had the same principles that I have now, which is consistency and snappiness over realistic movement. Like, just look at how arcadey God of War is. The right analog is not used for the camera, it's used to dodge. Just how much of an arcadey thing that is in an action game. And Resident Evil 4, being as snappy as it was something that I loved even as a kid. Like, everything is consistent. You press forward and X, you know, at the time on PS2, I think it was you press forward and circle, not X. And like, I grew up to find people have a term for that called tank controls, and that people hate it. And even to this day, some people are just game critics. They just don't like the system. They just don't. Didn't mind the puzzles. I love them. I love them too. Okay, so parry. Oh, again, please. I haven't been using the parry a lot. The parry timing in here is tight, so best watch out. Oh, I have the Cyclone of Chaos, okay. The Gorgon in here is cracked. Keep that in mind. I forgot she brings me down after that. Ah, I did it again. Fuck me. Ah, bad timing. You are vulnerable when that happens. This gal has a golden halo grab that is useless because the game's numbers and systems and programming just don't work with the intent of the grab. The intent of the grab is to grab the Gorgon, petrify everyone, and shatter everyone. That's just the basic idea. In here, what a beautiful kill animation. I love this Gorgon very much. In here though, it has the grab the Gorgon, petrify everyone thingy, right? Except the statues have a shit ton of HP. Things just didn't work together. There are some other things like some ride mechanics, some things left and right here and there that are developed for the game to work in a certain way, but the numbers just don't do it justice. The damage output might be weak for something that should deal a lot of damage, whereas some other stuff have some good balancing. Again, this balancing issue is all thanks to the multiplayer. How great of a thing the multiplayer is, right? The Cistern. The cis white males of the community. I don't have the chest spots in this game memorized like I do in God of War 1, 2, 3. In these games I have the chests memorized, so I would confidently use magic on some spots. In this one though, I don't have at least a lot of them memorized. Oh, I have to break the nest. How are they Jover? I played Ascension yesterday and it crashed. LOL, hardware issue. Imagine remasters couldn't be God of War franchise. LOL. John versus the Cistern of Fate. Yes, sir. Which God of War game you think deserves a remake the most? I don't think any God of War deserves a remake. Like, I don't like remakes. The idea is nice. I don't want games to be remade. I want new stuff and old games to just be ported infinitely so that we can always preserve them and keep on playing them. I don't want remakes of any God of War. But since you asked, of course God of War 1. Like, how would that game look in a remake? Doesn't the idea entice you? Isn't it interesting of an idea? I would prefer the original. Doesn't matter what the remake does. I would prefer the original. Since it is the original. It started what it had. It never had anything to build on. Any prior God of War to build on. Just influences from Onimusha, Devil May Cry, and these games. Betrayal remake would be cool. At that point, you'd just be playing a God of
Take
War
the Ice of Poseidon and you will
Ragnarok
find your
clone.
path.
I'm sure if they remake a God of War Betrayal, it would be in the new God of War style. Let's get the Ice of Poseidon. Which, let's talk about the elements in this game. So earlier on the stream, I did talk about something as the elements of this of the game working better against some enemies. There is no element. What do you call it? There's no element advantage system in this game. Like, there's no such thing as use the fire element on an ice popsicle enemy to get this effect. It deals more damage on an ice enemy. There's no such thing. There is better hit reactions though. Like the Talos enemies, fighting them with the lightning of Zeus is the best thing. Whereas some enemies, just damaging them with the powerful plumes of the Ice of Poseidon is better. Like this. I'm gonna show you in a second. It sends enemies flying forward and then you can grab them again. Like that. But he's just flying way too much ahead of me. That's the problem. Ah. Do I have the whole triangle input? No, I don't. Boom! Power. Power! So like, some enemies, if you learn their patterns, you can deal better damage per second on them with a certain element. So there is still something to work in. And that's a thing that I like. As I said, the Talos enemies, you attack them with the lightning of Zeus, you know, prior to the rage fill-up. And you actually have the best thing to attack them. They, you know, they get interrupted way too fast with the lightning of Zeus. That doesn't happen with the combo finisher of the fire of Ares, for example, or the Ice of Poseidon. Let's kill this guy. If you abuse the stun system in this game, you can really have some great outputs. I like the direction they went with the parry in here. Yeah, see, the thing is, this game is not casual friendly like God of War 3. It just changed a whole lot, but I think it changed a little too much. Like, some systems just don't really work that well. That's the problem. Other than that, it's like the parry in here is like objectively harder to achieve than God of War 1, 2, 3. This game is not casual friendly. Like, notice how reviewers just hate this game for not allowing them to have the power fantasy, and I'm talking casual reviewers. Not allowing them to have the power fantasy that they had in any other God of Wars before this. Not having the parry that you always had. Oh man, what am I gonna do without a parry? Like, I think it was K-Bash that didn't even know this game has a parry. Like, just goes to show you what this game went, like where this game reached and how much it changed. Harder to parry, but is the reward worth it? I'd say it is worth it. Is it not worth it? Skip this Sekiro ass cutscene. K-Bash? Yeah. Did you play the multiplayer in Ascension? I did play a lot of solo multiplayer in Ascension. And when I say a lot, I don't really mean a lot. I don't know why I said a lot. God of War 3 getting all the hate 13 years later is really getting under my nerves. Must resist the anger. If you're talking about hate from people saying it's easy, I don't really listen to that or anything. Or maybe the story, like right now, Kratos was a monster and all that. It's a lot more than that in God of War 3. So I don't agree, and I wouldn't really argue a lot about it. Like, I'd have to make a video to kind of take back what I said about Kratos in God of War 3 too. God of War 3 was fast and way too smooth. That's why Ascension is hated. Yeah, God of War 3 is just... Of course it's gonna be... I did talk about it in a couple of minutes ago. Of course it's gonna be easier than Ascension, God of War 2, God of War 1. When it has all the cracked things that it has. Like the air dash, the bow of Apollo, the agility and damage of Nemean Cestus, the control of Claws of Hades, the Blades of Exile being what they are and how powerful everything is. Combat grapple at level 1. Every fucking special attack being good. Of course it's gonna be easier. What did you expect? Reward being a free iframed kill if you connect to the wall is alright. It is very, very good. The parry thing. Even when you're not doing it on a satyr. You know, Hariso's talking about the satyr. You just get the golden halo, you grab him, go for the battering ram. But even if you do it on an enemy that is not the satyr, like let's say you did it on a Gorgon. The Gorgon is down and you are free to damage her, right? Don't grab her with the golden halo. The golden halo has issues other than just petrifying everyone. Like a glaring issue with the electrical sirens in here, the lightning sirens, is that they have a golden halo grab, right? But it's badly balanced when it comes to the damage aspect of it. Like you'd have to grab a siren 20 times with the golden halo before actually getting her to the red halo. Boom. Boom. This is what I meant. But this is what I meant when I said learning the patterns against enemies. Boom. Oh. It's like you might say, okay, this Chimera. See that second attack is unblockable? They just added things to this Chimera. Unblockable. I didn't know it was doing an attack. Okay, I didn't get hit. You might say, okay, this is a Chimera, and it's using ice. Using fire would be the best thing against it. It doesn't make a difference. Let's go. Other cases allow you to unload as they are stunned. Yeah, see? Some enemies that you just get the golden halo on, it's still good. It's still very, very good. Boom. Club action is the best thing. Another unblockable. No. Boom. You just learn the pattern of the club and you destroy enemies. This is why I say I regret doing my no upgrade run with just the shield. Like, look at how much more fun this was. Rather than dash, dash, bloom, 4 elements, dash, dash, bloom, and just keep on nuking enemies. It's a fun thing to know. It's a fun thing to learn. It's a fun thing to try. It's hell, it's optimal in some spots. I just don't like it. I like doing the club action billion times more. Ice T0, T3 is the most damaging of the elements. Yes, the ice that follows the enemies, very, very powerful. I'm sure you mean when the rage is unlocked, like when you have the rage filled up. That way enemies even get launched away from you. Not just not a launch upwards, but like a home run type launch, like a more like a 70-degree launch that you can even follow up with a grab if the arena is close. You can grapple the enemy as he's getting launched, bring him back. What's your opinion about the ending in Valhalla's ST and the direction of the franchise? I loved Valhalla's story. Very, very good. It It wrapped up Kratos' character very well. I like it. Something Ascension does better than 3 is the environmental design. 3's dark and brooding atmosphere is cool and fits the theme, but it gets boring. Ascension is beautiful. No contest. Ascension is beautiful, but the thing with this whole argument of the art, you know, environments and art style and art approach, I do agree that Kratos in this game looks better. Like when it comes to, I wouldn't say looks better. The only thing I like about this Kratos right here is the, more than God of War 3's Kratos, is the tattoo. Tattoo is like basically God of War 2 tattoo. Give me that, son. Okay, ring him out. Thank you. Come here. Don't slap me while I'm doing this, please. Boom. In the flames. Boom. Flames. Boom. Hello? I thought I magicked your ass. I'm hit. Not really. Can I ring him out through here? Yes. No ring up. Awesome. Some invisible walls just irritate me, man. Actually, any invisible wall irritates me. Like, why is it even there? It's a glaring thing in, like, every God of War. Sometimes you just should be able to ring out enemies. Why aren't you able to ring out enemies? Get out. So, like, here you can ring him out pretty well. Ouch. Alright, come here. Come here, half-breed. You're done no holding daddy's hands. Okay, whore. Just come here. I don't know. This harpy is gonna be the death of me. Not harpy, but like I don't know what it is. The thing with the ice bloom though is that it doesn't hit point blank. Like if you do this, it misses the things. Look. See how it missed this thing? And again. It hits where it drops. Unlike the fire that just hits even point blank. So like with the ice element, you gotta really do some nice zoning before dropping it on the enemies. Who would you cast as Kratos in the God of War TV series? I would cast Haristos. He's got the spirit and the scream. Why not? I would cast Dante for the physique. What's the point when I can't call a fat bitch fat? Is there chests on any of the side? Whatever, let's just go. All my homies hate chests. Is there chests on this side? Yes. Yeah, Ascension, everybody. I don't know what it is about the replayability in Ascension. I obviously love the game, right? But I don't know, like, I guess I know. It's just not him. It's not God of War 1, 2, or 3. And these games thrive in replayability. Just absolutely thrive. I can never have enough of these games replaying them. This one though, I might have enough every once in a while. I don't know what it is about it. I guess it just takes too long to get in a powerful state in the game. Like look at the... God of War 1 does this the best, by the way. Look at how things roll with God of War 1. The pacing of everything you get, how early you get it. Like you get the blade of... let's actually go through them chronologically. You get the Poseidon Rage as early as like 5 minutes into the game. maybe like 7 minutes into the game. Then you get yeah, Medusa's gaze a little bit later, like in Athens, like after like 15 minutes, right? And so already you are powerful. You are very powerful. Then you get the Zeus Fury, which, I mean, the Zeus Fury is not that insane, but still, that's like 3 magic attacks that early on. Then you get the Blade of Artemis. See, it's just the game keeps on giving you everything until like you have the entire arsenal, nearly the entire arsenal, by the time you make it to the temple and start the first challenge of the temple. That's why I said God of War 1 does it the best. It just gives you your powerful tools early on. The pacing of what you get is the best in God of War 1. Then we have God of War 2. You get stripped away from your abilities and all that. We know that. Nice kill. And then still, even when you get stripped away, God of War 2 is tactical though, so it doesn't make you as powerful as God of War, let's say 1 or God of War 3. So with God of War 2, it gives you Typhon's Bane, which is a tactical, safe magic attack. It's not really a get out of jail free card like the Poseidon's Rage. It's much more tactical. Again, bringing me back to the whole argument of Ascension and God of War 2 being the most tactical God of War games. Boom. Beautiful. Cyclops or the Garrett is so good. The main issue is actually leveling up the elements. I'm sure it's not just that. It's just the pacing of the things you get. Like, if you got the Amulet of Ouroboros a little earlier, that would have been better. You would have been more powerful. Or like if you got magic attacks that are actually good, like the Fire of Ares, with every element that you get, like instantly, that would have been something else. If you had some proper magic rather than a one-time usage of a certain element, that would have been good. But no, this game has some shitty changes to the magic. It's like, it's just bars. Bars! Like, I can use 2 magic attacks of the Fire of Ares right now, since I have 2 big full blocks of the magic. Anyways, God of War 2. Look at God of War 2 spacing. You get the Typhon's Bane, which is a tactical thing. Then you get the Rage of the Titans. And how insane that is, right? Then you move on, get to the temple. There is just a lot more fighting, and you're already set for for a big, huge part of the game. Rage of the Titans, Typhon's Bane. Go work with him. I catch a stream. Let's go. Welcome to the stream then. Isn't it weird that they use God 3 Gods design for Zeus? Why would that be weird? Hold on, I just got a phone call, an important one. I'm gonna be back in a second. By the way, did you know that pluming chests actually fills up rage mode? Look at the rage mode. Facts about God of War Ascension. With shield plumes, circle triangle rather than square triangle, the rage builds up even faster, but we don't have time for this now. So like, yeah, God of War 2, as I said, it's tactical, but it's tactical in a much better way that God of War Ascension is. Like the pacing of the things you get is not as fast as God of War 1 or 3, but it gives you things that if you're smart and tactical and Metal Gear Solid-ish with, you're gonna be slaying with just the Typhon Bane and the Rage of the Titans if you know how to use it. And then the pacing of the things you get gets a little faster and faster and faster. Like you get the Chronos Rage, then boom, you get the Barbarian Hammer, then boom, you get Euryal's Head. Things just keep on introducing themselves. With God of War 3, which feeds into the whole argument of people saying it's easy, it's not easy. You're just powerful and like it's fair of a game. It's my favorite for reasons. I love the difficulty and how balanced it is. It's balanced between you and the enemies. It's not balanced against you like Ninja Gaiden 2, or not balanced against you like God of War 4 maybe without any upgrades and RPG stuff. It's balanced in a fair way. That's what I love so much about it. God of War 3, 1, even God of War 2. These games are just balanced between you and the enemy. So well balanced that if you get good enough, consistent enough, you're just gonna be a master in the game and you'll feel that you're a master in the game. That's what I like so much about it. If a game is... It's fine if a game doesn't fucking beat me in the ass every time I visit it. It's fine. It's fine if a game just allows me to be a master at it if I'm just good enough. Gotta really interrupt these guys. I don't know why the ring out doesn't work. There it worked. And it worked again, but in an odd way. Oh, I grabbed it. I grabbed it, I swear. Again. Please cooperate. Thank you. There you go. And, there you go. So let's get to talking about the pacing of the weapons that you get in God of War 3, your arsenal. And this one is insane. So again, just like God of War 2, you start almighty and powerful and all that. Then you get stripped away from your abilities. Ninja Gaiden is great precisely because it's unbalanced. Yeah, that's a whole other type of great. I like Ninja Gaiden 2 very much. I will return to it one day. So let's talk about God of War 3 spacing of how you get things. So instantly when you're in the underworld, this is something I really love about God of War 3. Instantly, Army of Sparta, one of the best magic attacks in the game. At level 1, at level 2, at level 3, one of the best magic attacks in the game. It's just a very nice splash, 2 powerful hits, destroying enemies in a big radius. Very good. So Army of Sparta instantly. You have combat grapple at the very beginning of the game. So that's already 2 things that you just gain access to. You know, and access to a combat grapple that knocks back enemies instantly on command on level 1 with the Blaze of Exile. So that's 1. The Army of Sparta, that's 2. You move on a little bit and you get the Bow of Apollo. One of the best, or might even be the best tools, the best tool in God of War 3. The Bow of Apollo. Just absolutely insane. Hold on. The Bow of Apollo. Then you move on a little bit. You fight Hades. You get the Claws of Hades. Before Hades, I forgot. You get the Rage of the Titans. Not the Rage of the Titans. The Rage of Sparta. The Blade of Olympus. And so how many things did you just get in just the first section after the prologue? You get out of the prologue into the city already well equipped. You have wonderful blades, the most powerful blades in my opinion. You have amazing secondaries with like the Bow of Apollo and the Claws of Hades. It's like, huh? Of course you're gonna say it's easier than God of War 1 and 2. Have you seen how insane the pacing of everything is? Everything that you get. Of course. And like in the city, You get the head of Helios, which is not that big of a thing. You gotta move on a lot to fight Hermes to then start the whole spree of getting things again. Which you get the Boots of Hermes. Move on a little bit. You get the Nemean Cestus, one of the best tools in God of War, period. Like, it might even be up there in the top 3 weapons of all time. The Nemean Cestus is very, very good. Then boom, instantly after you get the Nemean Cestus, you move on, move on, move on. You don't get things for quite some time. But you're basically set. You have like insane things. Like just by getting the Claws of Hades, you already gain 2 new magic attacks. Or like the whole thing, the whole soul summon system. Like, you can't make stuff up like that. Duh, the game is gonna be like this. Of course, it's gonna be easier than God of War 1 and 2. With the amount of things that you just purely get in God of War 3. Of course, it's lovely. Does it make the game easier? Yes. Do I care? No. That's just you, powerful, and your God of War 3. It's the same with God of War 1. You know how OP Medusa's Gaze is and how early you get it? You know how OP the Blade of Artemis is when used properly by a player that knows the game? Should I go ahead and say God of War 1 is easy now? I can just blaze through God of War 3 no upgrade run plus right now. And, you know, the Clone War is a whole different entity in itself. But yeah. Like, Rage of Sparta is that good. Isn't it good, though? When you're a good professional player in the game, is it really not good? Like, just X, pressing X, the special command. The jump command with the Rage. Isn't that a nice splash that sends enemies away from you? Isn't the Rage cancel a great thing? Or the air rage drop, or just mainly the most important thing, which is the rage cancels. Like, is that really not that important? You're canceling curse with the Claws of Hades with that. You're canceling animations with that. Combat grapples in the air, you're canceling them. I accidentally threw this thing. You're canceling them with the rage. Is the Rage of Sparta really that bad though? I want to ring out these guys. Imagine if I ever do a bare-handed mode in this game. Now that would entice a lot of things. This is a nice knockback. I think one of them is gonna get ringed out. Although I should have saved this from when the camera goes gay like this. Like, what is this? Game, this is not a cutscene. This is still me playing. You can ring them out in the foreground. These guys just love to block, it seems. Like this can ring them out. Just didn't have the best way to demonstrate it, I guess. Come on. Yes, I made it. Almost made it. We survived the Oko. Let's go. We didn't fail the Oko. So back to God of War 3. The pacing is already very, very good. The moment, like the pacing of weapons you get, is already very, very good the moment you exit the underworld. Hell, it's good starting from when you get the Bow of Apollo. So of course it's gonna render the game a little easier than what you would like. This game and God of War 3 have some questionable camera angles. God of War 3? I never really felt that. This game, you feel it. I never really felt like camera angles were bad in God of War 3. Not to be a whole guy that... Not to be a whole shill for God of War 3. But I just never noticed a single camera issue in God of War 3. At all. Nowhere. Some spots do rear their heads in from time to time, but never really bad. This game has like 2 or 3 spots where the camera is just... I fucking hate it. What is the best arm in God of War Ascension? I think my favorite is the Ice of Poseidon. It's just much more tactical, requires much more positioning. Objectively speaking, the Fire of Ares is the best, since the Bloom is a really nice effect. The specials are the best specials, and like, I don't know. God of War isn't a true problem really, but there are some instances which can get mildly annoying. I'm just saying, I never really ran into segments in God of War 3 where I'm like, fuck this camera, bro. There is one section near Chronos which can be manageable, unlike most of this game's sections. There's that one section where Chronos goes, I will turn you into a bloody stain. And it's like the camera zooms out and there are still enemies around you. Then again, see, like with this one, it's manageable. You drop one curse and you're safe. One magic attack and you're safe. One grab battering ram and you're safe. With this one, not even that can save you sometimes. It's very, very irritating. So I never really noticed any big camera issues with God of War 3. Like, what is this right now? Look, do you have this in God of War 3? Where the game is still going? Like, at least with the bloody stain thing in God of War in the Chronos fight, at least it ends in him actually taking you into an iframe state. With this one, it's still going. Like, it's just a combat thing. Okay, what's happening now? Game. Work. Game. Bad Ascension there, right? Boom. Bad Ascension from God of War Ascension. I didn't mean to pick this up, but thank you. Boom. Get out. Then we have the pacing in God of War Ascension. Like, when do you truly get powerful in God of War Ascension? I guess now that I have level 3 blades, but then again, this is just progression. Let's talk no upgrades. When do you get powerful? When you get to this spot and get the shield. When you nuke enemies. That's it. Wraiths, for example, with the introduction of CG are very weak. I mean, the Wraiths... The thing is, the Wraiths didn't get used in the best of ways in God of War 3. Like, they didn't get coupled with maybe Minotaurs in an encounter. Minotaurs that constantly try to rush you and all that. Imagine 2 Wraiths and 2 Minotaurs. Just 2 casual Minotaurs. And you only have the claws and the blades. Imagine the first encounter we meet the Wraiths is 2 Wraiths. Move on to the other encounter, it's 2 Wraiths and 2 Minotaurs. A lot of times when we critique enemies and how easily we can deal with them, the main issue gets down to their combination with other enemies. Like, God of War 1, sure, you can triple air grab a Minotaur. But can you do that on 2 Tormentors crowded with Legionnaire, with undead Legionnaires and all the other stuff that can interrupt you? Or, hell, cursed Legionnaires? This is the thing God of War 3 didn't understand. With the Wraiths, it didn't really capitalize. RE4 Pro no merchant when? Honestly, never. There. Chains of Olympus Oko when? Chains of Olympus is like the easiest God of War game. One of the easiest God of War game.
It will have to be enough.
It is easier than God of War 3, I would say. Since you're powerful compared to weak enemies. Enemies are there, enemies that grab you, that butt fuck you sometimes. But you can work your way around them with some neat ways. Sirens are adequate. Are they adequate? the spikes room, coupling the spikes with the siren's long grab animations, them flying to the air and all that. It's like we are managing them. That's why they're easy. Like, are the sirens really that easy in God of War 3 and the spikes encounter? I love how Kratos just pulls this thing down with one arm. Like, right after this. Hold on. It's just such a Sigma move. Look at this. It's satisfying as hell. And then to bring the monster down and cut its wings. Imagine being a regular person in the Greek God of War games. Yeah, just so weird, am I right? No thanks, bro. Ah! Don't burn my ass. I tried to parry, but the time was a bit off. Boom. Fuck y'all. Boom. Fuck y'all. How did I die, man? This time I'm gonna do better. Imagine being a regular person. Zesty, when you met younger Kratos in God of War Ragnarok, how did you react? Okay, watch my streams to see my reactions, or the whole compilation that I made. My reactions are not what you'd expect. Like, I didn't... Not that I would disappoint. If you go ahead and watch my reactions, you'd actually fall in love with them. They're very wholesome. They came from my heart, I swear. I didn't fake a single reaction. For some people who might say, come on, man, who cries at the sight of the Blade of Olympus? I'm like, me, man. You know how iconic this weapon is? You know when I held that weapon in hand for the first time? Back in 2009. Come on. Enough time's passed for me to miss the weapon. I remember this guy causing some serious trouble in Zesti's painting run. I remember too, actually. I got stuck, hella stuck with this guy. What's the best skirt grip John wears? I like God of War 2. Did you just say John? Funny enough, I have a top 5 skirts. It's like, my number 1 was God of War 3. Just for what it represented, right? Other than it looking very beautiful and shining and what have you. Ouch. This man never attacks, but when he does, he attacks. So I'm gonna take it slow and not actually die. Like, let's move away. These guys are a lot to handle like this. I don't know how this one somehow died instantly like this, but hey, hopefully. Zesty is smart enough to not ask questions sometimes. This summoning animation does this much damage? Why? My question is not how, it's more so why. This is not blockable. Although you are blocking it, it's not actually blockable, and I took damage. Which is very Gucci. Ah, fucking son of a whore. Why am I so hyper aggressive against this man? I deserve to die. Fuck me. Can you play a game called Dark Deception? Nah. I missed the Titan thingy. Can't read right now. Hold on. Get your ass on! Aw, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on! What is this guy? Like, he farts and I take damage. Weird! Everything this man does takes damage. He fucking killed me with a summon animation of his... Look at my health. Like, why aren't the things blockable, damn it? Thank you. He finally decided to be a nice guy and get his ass down. Get your ass on! When I say get your ass on, I mean it. Zesty jobbing to an enemy and no Oko run, that's rare. It's lovely to take damage and not restart. I'm gonna say this much. I just want to kill this guy and end the stream. I gotta go out with some friends. Even the friend that stole the laptop, you dirty motherfucker. I haven't forgotten you stole the laptop that I used to fuck bitches on. Thought I would forget? That's a Kanye West thing, please. Ares! Please! Okay, this summon animation takes damage. Get your ass on. Why do I love the meme of... Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on. Don't kill me, don't kill me! Fucking whore! And not restarting, that is the biggest joy in life. Taking a hit and not restarting. You know how much that means to me? Truly means a lot, man. Better than sex, 10 out of 10. Would do it again. Not really. Lol. Get your ass on. Now, I know these types of battle. These can either go so good, you would swear that this is not me playing, or so bad that I'm just getting my ass handed to me. Basically what's happening right now. It's like how beautifully this is going. Watch me Oko this shit, bro. Boom. Boom. All the stun. Get your ass on! Oh, even his landing does damage. What is this guy? What am I playing? Ninja Gaiden? No, not Gaiden. Gaiden? Even his landing thing deals damage. Who's this guy? Is this Zeus? This man with his spiky hair. Get your ass on. Oh my god. Oh hell no. What the fuck, man? Boom, patterns, bitch. Boom, club patterns, bitch. Oh no, not the summon, animation. Get your ass on. Whoa. I'ma deal with you in a second. First. Okay, first things first, I eat your brains. Then I'ma start rocking motifs and fangs. Cause that's what a motherfucking zesty do. You can what? What does she say next? You can be the king or watch the queen conquer. Get your ass on. Please don't end the rage. Please don't end the rage. And I was just starting to get in the shape of everything. Thanks for the unblockable fucking bitch. Get your ass on. Okay, no summon animations on my house. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. When your girlfriend, oh no, plays for you. When your ex promises you new things in life and she just plays a oh no video for you. That's what you get. When this thing is the size of when this thing is bigger than your mom. When last second dodge, beautiful. The schlong of war. The spear of destiny. All this movement, shut up! Man was moving 60 miles an hour. Kratos was like, I'm gonna put this where it belongs. Right in the eyes. Right in the ass. Okay, so the game's saved. Beautiful. Huge dub. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Look at my muscles. I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. Take care, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for the conversations. Thanks for the arguments. Your opinion is wrong. My opinion is always right. But you already knew that. Now, for real, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm glad to have you here. I'm gonna have to go right now. See you guys in the next stream, where I'm always right and your opinion is always wrong. God over 3 is the